There's a difference between being mentally tired and having a nervous system that is exhausted from being in survival for so long. Because some people aren't just tired from work and responsibility, they're tired from trying to hold everything together. And eventually, your body starts to respond differently. You wake up exhausted, rest doesn't really help. Your mind wants peace, but your body still holds tension, overwhelm, and just feels emotionally heavy. When I was experiencing this, I knew for a long time that something needed to change because I didn't want to keep living like that. And so eventually I realized that I had normalized a level of stress that my body never really adapted to. So in this video, I want to talk about the difference between mental exhaustion and nervous system exhaustion, because understanding the difference can help you completely change how you support yourself. So mental exhaustion can feel like your mind never stops, that it is constantly going. Even in those moments when you just want to rest, you're still thinking, you're still processing, you're still trying to stay ahead of those problems. And your body may be sitting still, but your mind is still working. And all the while, you're noticing that you're more irritable, you're emotionally drained, it's hard for you to focus. And one of the worst things about it is that you have trouble sleeping because your mind is still going, it's still thinking of problems and how to solve them. So your mind never fully shuts down. And this is what mental exhaustion can start to feel like. Now, the nervous system, on the other hand, nervous system exhaustion happens when your body has been in survival for so long. It's been there for so long that exhaustion starts to feel physiological. And what I mean is it's no longer just emotional. You start to feel it physically too. So that can look like tension, fatigue, overwhelm. So if you are used to being the strong one, the person who suppresses their emotions, or someone who has to prove their independence, all the while people pleasing and feeling responsible for everyone, these are the things that contributes to nervous system exhaustion. I could remember pushing myself, even when I knew I was exhausted. In most cases, it was because I wanted to be there for other people, trying to be what everyone expected of me. And I could remember wanting to rest and couldn't because my mind was constantly going. It was constantly thinking. And not just for myself. I was thinking about how can I help others? How can I solve their problem? All the while still having to worry about me. And there were moments where I was afraid to rest because that's when my panic attacks would show up. It was never in those moments where you would expect, where you're busy and all these things is going on. But what I realized about that is the best thing I did for myself and what helped me the most with mental exhaustion, boundaries. Boundaries that I needed to honor, regardless to whoever liked it. Because I was the person that people come to solve a problem, to help them with things. And out of love and obligation, I would do it. But a lot of times it was at the expense of myself. It was at the expense of what I needed at the time. I'm so busy trying to solve other people's problems. And the other thing was I'm solving problems that didn't even happen because I was the what if person. Right? What if this happened and I was doing this, all the while still having real things that I need to deal with. And once I set those boundaries, even at work, that's when I was able to rest because I stopped trying to fix everything. I stopped trying to be what other people expected of me. And I allowed myself to make time for myself. And that's when something shifted. This is when I felt I can rest. And eventually, my panic attacks disappeared. And here's the thing. Rest alone doesn't always work. And let me just explain why. Because sometimes we look to other things to help us rest. Like going through, scrolling through social media and finding other ways to numb ourselves, like alcohol and maybe other things that are not so good for us. And even just working ourselves into exhaustion where we just fall out and just collapse, right? This is not rest. Yes, you may be sleeping, but your mind is still processing. It's still carrying stress and other pressures. Your body may be physically asleep, but your nervous system never feels safe enough to truly rest. And a dysregulated nervous system can stay in protection mode even when your mind is trying to relax. And that's why you can wake up feeling exhausted, anxious, emotionally drained, because you can be physically asleep while your nervous system is still holding to the stress and the tension of the day. And this is something that I didn't fully understand for a long time because I thought rest, I've set my boundaries, it will make me feel better. And it did. And while those things did help, I realized something, that healing has deeper layers. Because I was that person who pushed down her emotions, denied them, ignored them. But they don't go away. Those emotions need to be acknowledged. And while you want to acknowledge them, you don't want to be stuck in them. You want to acknowledge them so that you can release them. And this is one of the reasons why I created my auto series, When Triggers Arise. Because a lot of times triggers aren't random. They are unresolved emotions, stress, experiences asking to be acknowledged. Your body can hold on to the past, feel overwhelmed in the present, and become anxious about the future, all the while trying to protect you. So inside that series, I guide you through different kinds of nervous system activation, gently and intentionally. So sometimes healing starts by no longer forcing yourself to function beyond what your body can handle. So if you've been trying to rest and it's not working, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because your body may need something different. And when your nervous system is exhausted, your body isn't looking for more strategies. It's looking for safety. Because when the body doesn't feel safe, it does not matter how much you want to understand yourself. It does not matter how much mindset work you've done. And it doesn't matter how much you want to change. Your body will stay in protection mode. So instead of asking yourself, how can I fix this? How can I push through this? A more supportive question becomes, what would make my body feel safe right now? And sometimes that looks much simpler than we think. It's not always about doing something perfectly. It's about meeting your body where it is in real time. And maybe it's about taking a moment to pause instead of pushing through. There's nothing to prove. It's okay if you take a moment for yourself. Stepping outside and just letting your body slow down. Noticing the tension in the body instead of ignoring it. You do that a lot. Or maybe just letting yourself feel what's there without trying to fix it immediately. And if that feels hard, that's okay. Because if you are used to being the one everyone comes to, the one who holds everything together, pushing through, slowing down can feel unfamiliar to the body, even unsafe at times. So this isn't about changing everything overnight, because this can take time. It's about small moments when your body starts to realize it doesn't need to stay in survival mode all the time. Your body isn't asking you to do more. It's asking you to feel safe enough to do less. And if you need help with this, you are not alone, because this is a journey. And along the way, you will find that you need different things to understand what it actually means to feel safe. And if my auto series, When Triggers Arise, can help you on your journey, it is there for you. Because this entire series was created to feel supportive, grounded, and safe. Not something that you feel you need to force your way through, but something that helps the body soften little by little. And it is something that you can come back to whenever you need to. Your exhaustion may not be a sign that you need to push harder. It may be a sign that your nervous system no longer wants to survive at your expense. And sometimes healing doesn't start by forcing yourself to push harder. Sometimes it starts by finally understanding what your body has been trying to say all along. Your body isn't working against you, I promise. It is trying to protect you in its own special way. And when you begin creating more safety in your nervous system, you'll stop feeling like you have to survive every moment of your life. You begin to feel more present, more grounded, more connected to yourself again. And how would that feel in the body? So I hope this helped you in the way you are needing today. Be sure to share this with anyone you feel needed. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you here next time. Bye.